Open it up. I don't
What's
have
going
anything to
on?
open up.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Cold Ones Conversations. As you can tell, the laughs have already started. We're recording on a Thursday night football. As always, when we record during a Thursday night football game, we'll give you updates. Not like you're already going to watch the game when you listen to the episode, but we love giving it to you. Steelers versus Cleveland right now. And, some of us are coming off of happy times, and other of us have been if you follow the social media, you know where I've been. You know how bad it's been. I haven't even introduced Trilly yet because I'm still on my soapbox. But Trilly the Bod, how we doing today?
Yeah, doing well. Doing real well. Come with my football team. I'm feeling good. I'm
You
feeling good,
are.
unlike other people. My bets, they did okay. I think I went 3-2 last week. Yeah, you take the little wins when you can.
You got to, right?
So moving forward from there, feeling great. If the Steelers lose this game, that we'll have to see as we move throughout the show here, we'd be feeling even better. Just continually trying to catch teams at the right time for this Philadelphia Eagles squad, and I think that's what's going
We
on.
don't feel better if they lose tonight.
Why
I feel
not?
worse. Because
Why?
if the Steelers lose to Cleveland, who clearly is not going to make the playoffs, I feel terrible.
No, it gives you because it closes the gap even more for you. You want them to lose. Because
I
God
want them
forbid,
to
if you
lose,
lose to the
but
Chargers, that gap even gets even bigger.
that's
You
not even
want
a
you want
we're
them to lose.
okay.
Yes, you
Listen to
do.
me. Listen to me.
It don't matter
Us playing the
about
Chargers is like Alabama playing Susquehanna. Okay, please let me just
all
make
right.
that clear.
We might
Okay,
have to clip that after the fact
okay.
here while you're crying, and I'll put it in while you're crying. Going for a little walk. My team stinks. We can't play defense. I wouldn't know, by the way,
Dude,
but my team can't play defense. I don't have a
and it
jersey
wasn't even
for
the
a guy on the
defense.
defensive side of the ball. Lamar can't score touchdowns. He's 8 games under 500 against the Steelers.
How'd I do?
Does that sound about right?
No, that sounded completely wrong. And for your information, for
But
under,
anyway, while he's doing whatever he's doing, we're gonna give you recap some of the games from this past week.
I
We'll
went
do the
3-2.
fastest
I went
minute.
3-2, better than you. 3-2,
We
better than
both
you.
went 3-2 then. Hey, cheers to that.
Cheers to that.
Shout out the Flyers and Matvey Michkov. I had to put Harry on to Matvey earlier today. He doesn't know about the Russian sensation for the Philadelphia Flyers. But anyway, this is a football show. We'll give you the fastest minute. We'll recap our teams and then we'll give you some picks as we're both going 3-2. We're going to keep on getting better and we got to hit a parlay. We got to be confident
We
in
do,
this
man.
parlay. We got to hit one bad.
We are so dry and
Eh,
we are so on fire, dude. Like we're just giving fan, excuse me, whatever
Never
betting
book.
service that will sponsor us. We're just giving them free money.
Yeah, on the parlays, yeah, it's tough. It's tough. But anyway,
Tough.
we continue on. The straight bets are doing pretty well. So, Harry, I've tried to set the scene there for you a little bit with this
Yeah,
Ravens team. Do you
yeah.
have anything else, or do you think you've gotten it
No,
all out of your system?
no. I mean, just as a recap, man, because we got to do it for the show. Um, I don't understand where we are. And I was having a conversation with a friend of the show yesterday about this. I feel that we are seeing ghosts from the past the same way that Sammy D did years ago, in the way that we're repeating the same mistakes that we made in weeks 1 and 2, just in a different cadence. And what I mean by that is when you watch weeks 1 and 2 of this year for the Ravens, they had Derrick Henry. It felt like Derrick Henry was playing Travis Hunter snaps. It felt like he was playing both the offense and the defense. He was out there so much. It's like, dude, get him off the field and get an actual play design going on with the offensive line. And this time, dude, it's like we don't put him out there when we know that he's going to be successful, and the offensive line can't do anything to support Lamar Jackson. I'll say it. I said it in the video, and I'll say it again here. We felt like we were in 3rd and long all game long because even when we had a first down, Lamar would have to backtrack in the pocket by 15 yards. And when he actually got the pass off, it was only to the line of scrimmage. I mean, the thing that cuts is that now on our resume, we have lost to the two best defenses that we've played so far, and that's Kansas City and it's the Steelers. Now, the losses I'll take in the retrospect of they were really close losses. One came within a toe of being in the end zone, and the other came from 2 points. But we were chasing that whole game. That Steelers score doesn't reflect the actual outlook of the game. The Steelers dominated us. And again, unfortunately, and I said this to the friend of the show, our defense has only shown up against the two worst offenses that we've played this season. And that's Denver and the Pittsburgh Steelers. So when I look at every aspect of the game, okay, yeah, your defense stepped up, but who do they step up against? They stepped up against a team that's very one dimensional. They're either looking for the huge throw or they've got to run the ball. They don't have diversity of play within their tight ends. They don't have a play action pass that's dangerous the way that we do this week, right? The way that of what we got coming up this week against the Chargers. So great, we put them in a grind, but the idea that the Steelers scored more than 14 points that game amazed me. And listen, man, I think that what's just so stunning is that I keep saying it over and over, the mistakes that we are making, this Baltimore Ravens team is making, is clearly coaching issues because it's not our specialty positions that are screwing up. You don't see Mark Andrews making mistakes. You don't see Isaiah Likely making mistakes. You don't see Zay Flowers making mistakes. You don't see Lamar Jackson making mistakes. But you see the trenches not delivering on what they need to, on whether what side of the ball it is, it doesn't matter. You got our defensive coordinator showing 4 every other time. You don't think a Super Bowl winning quarterback is going to read, oh, they're showing 4. This looks like it's going to be the same thing that they just gave me 3 plays ago. Yes. They needed 1 yard with that Justin play. It's like, dude, pack the line with 7 for God's sake. So, I mean, again, I said it before, the boats aren't on fire, but the Ravens are in a position where we can't take our foot off the gas now for the rest of the season. We've got to win out. We've got to win out big because we're looking at the wild card. We're looking at multiple games on the road. And I do not think right now that this Baltimore Ravens squad holds the grittiness that 2013 team did, where we went on the road week after week, great quarterback after great quarterback, got to an AFC championship, got to a Super Bowl, and won a Super Bowl. I don't think that this team has that right now, and they're looking at the same outlook. So I think that we bounce back. I think that we get a big win here against a very hot Chargers team because they're hot right now. And Jim Harbaugh is clear. He was clearly ready to come back to the NFL. He's delivering. He's getting real deal wins against real deal quarterbacks. Whether you like it or not, the Bengals as a squad aren't good, but they did beat Joe Burrow, who put up a lot of points against them. So we've got a tough test that I believe that we're going to win. But yeah, dude, it sucks. It sucks, and it sucks to lose to your rival that way. More than anything, it sucks to lose to the guys in yellow and black. I hate that. I
Yeah.
really do.
Yeah, and I think that's the reason why you want them to lose this game, even though Jameis Winston got strip sacked and then they went and scored a touchdown. And now they got a 1 point lead as the Pittsburgh Steelers do in this game as we're recording right now, where you want to be able to be in striking distance still of getting that divisional title, which I think
Yes.
can happen. Because I don't think the Steelers team's all that. They're a good football team, but they're not like a juggernaut or anything. I think any way you play that football game, it can go either way against
You
the
can go either
Ravens or
way.
Steelers. So my only last final question is number 9. Are we? What's our level of concern with him? All
I
kickers are struggling in the league the last couple weeks. Hey, my kicker struggled. We'll get to him in a second, but this whole year it's been kind
yeah.
of not great for JT.
I think. Listen, man. PMT said it the best. You've watched the equivalent of kickers. The guy who's played Tom Brady level at his position
Uh-huh.
is JT. He's the greatest kicker of all time, hands down. And I think that this is the way that kind of greatness does kind of go down the tube, right? I think the thing,
Is
though,
it
that's
going down the
scary.
tube?
Well, I don't think that it's going down the tube, but what I think is scary is that we're going to be in a position where you need an extra 6 points in January. And right now, if JT's 47 out, that 6 might not be there. You're going to have 2 drives that are going to get stalled out because the other side of the squad is playing really, really well. And you're going to need that three. And then that's going to happen in the second quarter or in the third. And you're going to need that next three. And right now, dude, it's like if JT is not 45 and below, he can't get it. And it's scary not because of who JT is, but it's scary because of when those points matter the most in these games. Because the Ravens are unfortunately not proving that they can do what the Lions are doing, which is we'll just blow everyone out of the water, and we'll only ask our kicker to score extra points. I mean, the Lions kicker, dude, he doesn't even need to go out there for a field goal because they're just constantly in the end zone. But when you're getting stalled out by a TJ Watt because you're leaving the whole right side of the field open, you're relying on your kicker who now can't make the kicks that he made history making. So yeah, man, it's tough.
All
But
right,
we go 9 all day long, and I will be wearing 9 this Sunday.
good, good. Because he was your biggest weapon for a long time there, where
Yep.
it put the pressure on a
He got us
defense.
through a season, bro.
Yeah,
I mean, those last couple of years of Joe Flacco, Justin Tucker was the reason why the Ravens, when we went 8-8, 5 of those wins were due to JT. Because you could say JT, you got to remember, dude, there was like 3 solid years where Justin was the only guy in the entire league where if we were 55 yards and out, whoever we were playing knew that points were going to be scored.
yeah,
You had to keep us in our own 40
yeah.
to prevent point. Think about that.
Even at like the 50-ish yard line, you're like, maybe they put him out there just to give him
Yep.
a shot.
Yep.
Yeah. So I
It's
think the
it's a
Ravens will
lot of
be
sadness.
fine. I think the Ravens will be
I
fine. I
do
think
too.
this game coming up is will be a big test for you. And then we're gonna have a battle between the two of us next week where it'll
Yep.
be warfare. But we'll see. They're definitely trying to figure some things out. I think you're spot on with the coaching aspect of it. And I think this is what the doctor ordered, brother v brother matchup coming up that we'll dive into more maybe in a little bit of getting those troops really firing.
Yeah.
Because if he can't get the guys going up for this matchup coming up, then there's a lot of questions that continually need to be asked for real moving forward, I think.
Yeah, man. I think that there's a real possibility here that well, no. Let me talk logically and not be an idiot. John Harbaugh is not going anywhere.
No, I agree with that.
He's
I'm not
not.
saying, yeah,
He's not. And there's a
but
lot of
that
people who think
the
that he should
team's
be.
level of the level that they can achieve goes down a little bit more if he can't get this team going the way that he normally has been. You
The
know what I'm saying?
depth of the AFC right now is not something that the Ravens can play around with. There are too many good teams in the AFC compared to that there's only 2 contenders in the NFC right now. And honestly, there's really only one. You guys still have a lot to prove to still be in that conversation, honestly. And I think that you're going to get there. But right now, it's like it's only Detroit. In the AFC, and I think the Eagles are going to get there, but in the AFC, you've got the Chiefs, you've got the Bills, you've now got the Pittsburgh Steelers, you've got the Baltimore Ravens, you've got possibly the LA Chargers, if they can keep this up in this wild card spot. Don't forget about Houston, this sleeper. You've got 6 real deal teams in the AFC that are no joke when it comes to January football. And you're 100% right, dude. If we can't rally the troops, get the job done, win in an orderly fashion, make a statement on the road, it could be a very, very, very long, drawn out couple of games that don't make you feel good coming up.
Yeah. And now the Ravens have all the talent in the world to continue a run and get
Yep.
back going again, but they got to get it going for sure.
Yep.
Now, let's circle into this conversation here. This Eagles team is good. They're just good. They can run the football. They play defense. Number 1 defense in the league, Harry. Number 1. Number 1. This is what people of all the sports talk radio callers have been begging for and pleading for decades. The Buddy Ryan, the the 1980s of run the football with Wilbert, let Reggie go get him, play hard-nosed defense, send the blitz, run the ball down their throat. That's what this Eagles team is doing right now. They're giving the ball to Saquon. Jalen can do it with his legs. If we get close enough, we'll push right up your derriere into the end zone or for a first down. And the defense is flying around, making plays. Vic Fangio's got him balling out and hitting the potential that I saw at the beginning of the year. Everybody was a question mark on this Eagles defense. I saw the potential, the youth in this defense, the talent that has been accumulated, and Vic Fangio was the right guy to get him going, and it is finally clicking on all cylinders. That's a good Commanders team that they just absolutely beat down. They beat them down. That last touchdown was pity. It was disgusting. It was filthy. That Eagles defense can stop you throwing the ball with Quinion, with Cooper DeJean, Darius Slay, Reed Blankenship, C.J. Gardner-Johnson, or we can stuff the run with the big boys up the middle and Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis. They got options left and right. You got linebackers Nakobe Dean and Zach Bond flying all over the place. That's what gets me excited about this Eagles team. The offense and the passing game, I'm not too worried about it because of the upside potential is there. They can figure it out. But what gets me excited is that I have a defense that I know can keep me in a football game, that I don't have to worry about Kirk Cousins slicing and dicing me up anymore now that they've finally gotten going into this season. Beginning of the year, that was the big concern. You saw it happen a couple times, but they've been able to figure it out where Jaden Daniels can't get around and scramble around and figure things out. You saw the other last couple weeks, they've been able to lock teams down. It's going to be an interesting test in 2 weeks coming up against Lamar. It's going to be an interesting test this weekend against Matt Stafford throwing the ball to Puka and Cooper Kupp for this defense. You got a couple really good games, but that's what makes me excited about this Eagles team, that they can go to a Detroit and shut down that Lions offense because this team is physical. They can hold on to the football on offense and the defense can smother you. I know they can. I've seen them do it now for multiple weeks on end. They don't have the point differential. They don't have the blowout wins, but they have dominating performances where they pulled guys, unlike that other stupid team out in the Midwest, trying to get their players hurt, running up the score so they feel like they feel better about themselves because they've been so down for their whole existence and franchise tenure. They want to feel good about themselves. That's fine. But you know what happens in Philadelphia? We know winning football. We know how to win football games. Nick Sirianni, as much as a joke as people like to make him out to be, he's our joke. He's our guy, and he's a winner. The guy has won more games than Andy Reid and everybody else in the last couple years. Well, after Andy Reid, I meant.
Okay.
After Andy Reid, he's won the
That
second
will
most games
clip.
as a head
That
coach.
will clip.
Yeah.
That will clip.
He's the second most wins after Andy Reid the last couple of years as he's been a head coach. This team just knows how to win football games. And hopefully they got a tough stretch coming up here. I'm not ready to go all the way in, but I'm feeling pretty good and pretty damn close, Harry.
You've been saying that the last now 2 weeks, dude. When are you going to be ready?
We beat the Ravens pretty good. We beat the Rams pretty good. I'm there.
You're telling me that even if you beat the Ravens, you wouldn't be all the way in? Which, by the way, you won't. But that's what you're saying?
Nah, if we beat the Ravens,
I don't know if
I'm
you can
there.
consider yourself a true fan, honestly,
Okay.
after a statement like that.
Yeah.
Here's the biggest thing. Here was my
My
biggest
thing with
takeaway.
that before you do that, the reason
Yeah,
I say that is because once I get all confidence, I start pumping my chest out, then they lose, and then
then
everybody's
they
like,
lose.
ha ha, you idiot. Like, yeah, no, duh, I'm an idiot.
Yeah,
But
I hear
I'm
you.
trying to be good here.
I hear you.
I'm very confident. I love it. I had a lot
My
of fun at the game. But
my biggest takeaway from that win for the Eagles was I felt like it was the first game all season long that even when the other team was in it for the first quarter and a half and you guys were still figuring it out, once you figured it out, you never reset.
yeah, they
And
didn't
I
have
feel like that's been a thing for the Eagles a lot is that when they start to figure it out, they still make those bumps. And then it's like the end of the third into the fourth, okay, now we're solid. The Eagles, once they got it at the end of the second quarter and into that whole second half, dude, yes, the Commanders still had life in them, but dude, you guys were executing at such a high level. And to that point, man, your defense, I mean, they really did just show out. They showed out. Um, They made Jaden Daniels look like he's got so much to earn in the NFC East. Not only that, they made him sometimes look like a rookie.
Dude, we
Uh,
little brothered them.
yeah, I mean, you made him look like
That's what that game was. They
yeah,
little brothered them.
yeah.
And CJ Gardner Johnson kind of said it at the end of the game. It was like, "Hey, we got respect for you guys." They didn't say that the other week against Dallas, by the way, if you catch on to that. He said, "We got respect for the Commanders and Jaden Daniels, but hey, it runs through us, and they know that."
Yeah, yeah. It was really cool, dude. All right, let's go to the there. Listen, man, I've said it, I stand on it. We'll never see another undefeated team ever in the NFL. Won't happen. Not at least one that'll
Yeah,
win a
we
Super
took the
Bowl.
bait. We took the bait, and we went with the Chiefs going being an underdog. I feel like that's the right play. It was the right play.
It is. That's a great I'll take that's a great loss.
Yeah, well, that was
That's a
good by
great
us.
loss bet wise.
The over hit still. It was just didn't break our way there with the points.
How are you not going to take them?
It was an opportunity where Josh Allen scrambling on 4th and 2 that could have turned games could have totally turned, and he took it to the house. And that was a play that Josh Allen needed to make and get that Bills team over the hump. I
I
feel
am
like.
going to say one thing though. That's the first time that we've seen that the Chiefs defense has kryptonite.
Yeah.
Because the way that the Bills won on such a broken, they won off of a broken play. It's not
Hmm.
just that they scored off of a broken play, they won off of a broken play. And not only did they win off of a broken play, it was upon their quarterback who got it done in the end zone. The idea that he wasn't put in the dirt, dude. I mean, I know he didn't have far to travel, but he almost had 12 yards to run to get that touchdown. There's plenty of time there when you see a breakdown like that to get the stop, hopefully. And so you got to have some hope in the rest of the AFC. Now, listen, every Buffalo fan is like, "See, I told you we're going to win the Super Bowl. This is it. This is that." I still think that yes, Buffalo's good. Yes, can they make it to an AFC Championship? Absolutely, but they have a very similar history as the Ravens do, which is they haven't gotten it done yet in January and go into February. They haven't played February football yet. Um, Great win at home. I was calling last week Buffalo the Chiefs alternate home because of how they've just owned the Bills' ass year after year. I feel like in Buffalo. Um, that game though is just it's always awesome. It really is. It's always such a great showdown between two great quarterbacks. Um, my biggest question to you, man, is I'm going to tell you where I lost a lot of money from that game, and I this is the one part of this game that I really want to discuss with you. I put so much money on Kelsey that game
Yeah.
because I was like, this is his moment. This
Mhm.
is the type of game we're now fully into the season. It's week 11. They're going against a rival. They're on the road, and he wants to let people know I'm the greatest tight end of all time. He is a complete no-show this season, dude. I mean, now out of respect to him, the same way out of respect to Travis Hunter, a reason why he's going to win the Heisman, how people aren't throwing to his side of the field. People aren't throwing to Kelsey because they know that, or excuse me,
Teams are covering
people
Kelsey.
are
Yeah.
doubling
Yeah.
Kelsey because they know that if they don't, he'll tear you to shreds.
And you saw Noah Gray get it in the end zone with 4 catches.
100%.
Worthy was starting to be that guy that they were going to.
100%. But my
So
question to you is, dude, is he going to separate this season? Because that was the game. That was the game where it matters, where he does it. Oh, yeah, I separated against Josh. And not only that, I separated against Josh on the road.
yeah, I don't
You
think they
know what I
really
mean?
put too much into it. I think they said at the end of the game pretty much what everybody was thinking is like, we'll see you again. You know, you got this one. It was a good game. We'll see you again. We'll do it again in a couple months. Like I
100%.
think that's what they're thinking.
But I mean, for him, what's
I
going on with him?
I think it was good that he got kind of locked down and because they put their best effort out there against him. So then they can go and watch the film for that next
Mhm.
playoff game and be like, this is how they tried to attack you. This is what they were doing well against you. And
Here's
then
where we're
they
going to
can make
work. Right.
adjustments,
Right. I hear you.
from that.
I hear that. I do. I just think that again, I mean, listen, they've won every game up until this one. They still got the best record in the NFL. Um, but at some point or another, he's going to have to wake up.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's just him not woken up, but it's just he doesn't even look like he just doesn't look as dynamic this year.
Yeah. I'm not too worried about
I'm
him.
not either. I'm not either because I know that they're probably because they got a better chance than anyone to have another ring.
Yeah, in a couple of weeks he's gonna have like a 2 touchdown game, and we're gonna be like, oh, all right,
That's right.
there's
Here's
Travis Kelce.
Travis Kelsey. Right.
Yeah, I'm
Right.
not too worried about it. Maybe it's all
Oh,
the jet lag. It's been messing with him or something. Been on a jet too much lately.
I hear you. All right. We going to do fastest minute or what?
Yeah, let's hit it. Let's hit it. Packers, Bears, Bears do it again. They do it again. They had a chance. They played their most complete game and then a blocked field goal for the loss.
Terrible. I mean, dude, I got to tell you, I can't believe that all this noise is coming out of the Jets organization and Chicago is not taking advantage of saying, hey, you know what? They look like idiots. They're going to get more media attention because they're in New York. We'll just fire a few people while we're at it. I mean, dude, the way that they are letting
Good point.
Caleb Williams, though, again, like you said, had his best complete game, most complete game as a whole team. The defense has been holding it down all season long so far. They're failing this kid. They're failing this kid week after week after week.
Yeah.
And that's just what it is.
He hasn't played great, but yeah, like we said it the other week, is they didn't build an offensive scheme. They got the talent around him, but they didn't build a scheme around him. The plays that he
Yeah.
likes and that he was good at in college, they didn't necessarily incorporate all of those that you should have just, what's your 10 favorite plays? Let's get those down
Yep.
and let's get that installed into the offense and then we'll go from there. They didn't do that. And that's where their biggest flaw has been. They were finally starting to put it together a little bit there, and then bang, Packers do it again.
They own them, dude. They
Yeah.
own them.
Yeah, it's bad. And
It's
I love
it's
watching like
crazy.
Big Cat and all the Barstool Bears fans.
Yeah.
They weren't even surprised. Pat Bev's like freaking out,
Yeah.
and they're like, "Did that just happened?" And they're just like, "Yeah, dude, like this is
This is
normal."
normal. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
he's like, "Why aren't you guys down?" He's like,
We've been here before.
"Yeah."
Yeah. Dude, Minnesota, Tennessee, Minnesota, obviously. I didn't watch the game, but all I'll say is, we knew that they were going to win that game. Minnesota's right now my sleeper in the NFC. I think that they're an absolute real deal contender and good to go. You got anything on that game, dude?
I don't agree with that. I think they're an okay team. I think they're an okay team. They should have, if they were a real deal contender, they would have beat the crap out of the Titans. But the Titans are decent. They're not great, but out of the bad football teams, the Titans, they play an okay brand of football where they can run the ball and play a little defense.
Let me put it this way to you. If Jordan Love was the quarterback of the Minnesota Vikings right now, and I've said this at the beginning of the season, uh, all the way through, said it even last year going into the offseason. Minnesota has a Super Bowl ready roster besides for the guy who's at quarterback so far. And no one
That's your
gives them
boy.
that respect. And no one gives them that respect. And so what I'm saying is, dude, watch out for them. They're not to be overlooked. Okay.
Sure, sure.
Vegas, Miami. Dude, Tua is better since the injury.
Yeah. He's finally getting in a groove here where the
I
Dolphins
mean,
can play. They can make a run at it. I think they're too much in a hole to get into the playoff picture, but they can beat some teams down the stretch here for sure.
why is New England allowing Drake May to play and get this close in games, dude? Why won't they just tank and get a higher draft pick? Because clearly this kid can play.
I think it's good though for them. I think it is good
I
because
guess, man.
you see that he's got it.
You see that he's got it, but you're still in a division where you're nowhere close to winning it. Now, I mean, I don't mean for this season, I mean for years to come.
Sure.
Still
I
got
mean,
Miami in
they
there.
tried the Brissett thing, and then it was pretty much like a player mutiny,
Yeah,
almost. You know,
yeah.
I
I
know what
yeah,
you're saying, but the players aren't going to stand for that. They're not
I
going to
hear
go
you.
out there and lose football games. So that's why. I mean, what do you think of that Rams team? Like they could have almost lost that game.
Yeah, man, it's listen, the Rams have a lot to clean up. And again, they're at full strength, dude. They've got their offensive weapons back. But again, the Rams, it seems to be, I'm gonna say what I was saying about the Ravens. They're having coaching issues big time. And I think that Sean McVay's got a lot of things to clean up, not on his side per se, but in his staff, because you're seeing how their defense is performing. And we're really seeing the holes with not having a leader like Aaron Donald. Just like the Ravens are seeing the lack of the leadership that Roquan Smith brought when he had Mike McDaniel as his DC. When you don't have that leadership on that defensive line in that middle of that field, it changes the way that things can go. And you can let a team like New England get into the mix, which is ridiculous when you're going against a Matt Stafford, a Cooper Kupp, and a Sean McVay. I mean, come on. Against Junior Belichick? Come on.
Real quick on this Lions Jags game. I'm happy for Detroit fans. I'm happy for you. Finally enjoy yourselves a little bit. But I'm getting people DMing me about this team. You could be confident. You should be. They're a good football team. Nobody's saying that they're not. But it's just so funny how little man complex that they have, that they need to feel like they got to be, we're the greatest ever. We're the best. You're the Lions.
You haven't won
That's who
anything.
you are.
Yep.
You're the Lions, and I can't wait for it to happen because of your head coach and the guy that people have been trying to defend is going to screw the pooch somehow, and I'm going to feel good about it because there's 3 or 4 games this season that they should have lost. They should have lost a few of them, and this team is not this big juggernaut that we're talking about. So we'll see. The Lions are a good team. I'm not denying that. They can beat the Eagles. They can beat anybody. They can win the Super Bowl 100%. But when they lose a big time football game because of their head coach and because of their defense, I'm not going to be surprised and be like, oh my God, how did this happen? Because there's flaws.
And the thing that worries me about Detroit is that they look very Miami-esque of last year, which is Which is that they can only play in one gear, and that's fast.
Yeah.
And you don't win December and January and February football games playing fast.
They got a good win against the Packers at Lambeau in the rain. That was a good win for them, but Jordan Love was coming off an injury too.
Yep, big time. That was his first game back, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think it was too. New Orleans, Cleveland. I can't believe New Orleans got it done again, dude.
I know.
That's kind of crazy.
Coach Rizzy bringing the Riz.
Yep.
I don't know.
What stinks more? What stinks more? The Jets' loss or Chicago's loss?
Oh, the Jets. 100% the Jets.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say, dude.
Because the Jets, you actually are expected to win. And you were actually putting up a little bit of points towards the end of the game there. But to have Anthony Richardson go down the field on you and put 12 up in the fourth quarter to win it.
Nuts. Atlanta's dead. Enough said. Enough said.
Oh, okay.
San Francisco, dude.
Dead.
They're dead.
Seahawks also dead. They're both dead.
They're dead. And I mean, dude, what? We said this. We said this after the first few primetime games of like through week 3. The product of football right now in these primetime games have been so awesome.
Yeah, it's been good.
That Bengals Chargers game, dude, was just such a great watch. It was so fun.
Well, the Monday night game wasn't so great, but yeah, I know.
I didn't even turn that game on because I knew the result. I bet the over, knew the over would hit, the over hit, and I didn't need to watch it.
Yeah. But no, I know what you're saying. That Bengals team, it's interesting to see like what could they do to make you be like, I'm nervous about the Bengals again for the division, like in the next year or so.
They would have to get a real deal secondary, and on top of that, let me rephrase that. If the Bengals want to win, they can win with the secondary that they have.
Wow, Jameis is a goat.
If they fix their offensive line.
Okay. Yeah. I would say build the trenches for sure.
If you made your offensive line the way that if they got an offensive line the way that Jared Goff or the Eagles have, watch out.
Yeah.
Watch out. Especially if they find a way to keep Chase. Watch out. That could be the best team in football, bar none. And I will say that because I know who Joe Burrow is, but I also recognize who his weapons are. The difference is that Joe Burrow, even more than Lamar Jackson year after year. If you track both their careers, he's been doing when he's in first down, those that feel like a third and long, longer than Lamar Jackson has. Joe Burrow has been consistently on his ass throughout his career, except for the year that they got to the Super Bowl. That would scare me. If they can fix their offensive line, they'll be deadly.
Yeah.
They'll be deadly.
Yeah. All right. We want to take a quick break and we'll hit our picks.
Let's do it, dude.
We're running out of juice here. We got to bring the juice because this is the best part of the show, Harry. Making people money. We
Here we
both went
go.
3-2 last week. 2-point conversion, Jameis Winston. No catch. But Jameis maybe taking over the NFC North or AFC North, beating the Ravens, possibly beating the Steelers up 5 with just under a minute to go. We'll see if Russell Wilson can get them down the field for a game winner. But Harry,
I don't respond to stupidity. Keep going.
we'll start it off with the picks. I'll give you my first one because this is just
Go
an
ahead,
out of
brother.
spite. Give me the Colts 7.5. Give it to me. Anthony Richardson. They're fighting for a playoff spot.
I gotta pull up the app. Hold on.
I don't think they're gonna win it, but I think this game should be
Colts
close.
7.5.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they still have the kid. They still have Anthony. Yeah, dude, you're just doing that's a spite. That's a
I
spite.
said that. I said that out the
Yeah,
gate. It's a spite pick,
it's a spite pick.
but it's
Okay,
gonna be right. And when it's right, I'm gonna be like, I told you so. The lines stink.
I got you, man. I got you. Listen, you hate them. I understand it. You're making it sound like you have a rivalry with them.
See, I don't hate them. That's the thing. I just
Hate it.
don't like how they're puffing their chests out. That's all. They can be
Um,
happy, but you can't
why
act like you're the best.
why is this
You haven't won
Minnesota
nothing.
line so low?
I
Is that
saw
a
that.
lock? That's odd. I mean, I know that they're on the road, but it's Chicago.
Are the Bears back?
Or do I take the over 39.5? That's not a lot of points. Could be a really slow game though. No, you know what? My first pick, I'm taking the over 46.5. Patriots at Detroit.
Okay.
Or sorry,
No,
versus the Dolphins.
Dolphins, yeah. I like that. My second pick, give me the Cardinals 1.5 against the Seahawks. Minus 1.5.
Now, see, like that to me makes no sense.
Why it's
I
so
mean,
close?
well, yeah, do they have injuries right now?
I don't think so. I just think it's
Why are
because
they why are
the
they
Seahawks beat the 49ers last week.
hold on. Are you looking at what I'm looking at?
What?
ESPN Bet has the Cardinals as the underdog.
Yeah, it's pretty much a pick 'em.
And FanDuel has them as the favorite.
Favorite. Yeah.
What do you want them as?
Uh, I'm looking at ESPN now, and it's -1 for the Cardinals.
Okay, maybe the line just flipped then.
Yeah, just I one. I'll
So
take the
one.
card,
So the one, yeah. Okay.
or the give me money line. I'll take money line. Well, actually, no, because right now it's
Yeah, no.
plus money, plus 100 for 1.5.
It's plus money for -1.5. Wow.
Yeah, plus 100.
Um, yeah, I absolutely love the Eagles here minus the 2.5. Love it.
Mm-hmm.
That's an easy pick.
Yep, I
On the
like it too.
road.
Give
Yeah.
it to me. That's
Okay.
my third one.
Earthquake. You love how
Low
I said
energy.
that?
What?
Okay. Earthquake. I just go, okay, earthquake. Move on. That's what I just said.
Low energy earthquake there. This was being a Sunday night game kind of caught up to me somehow. I just was not thinking, I guess.
I think it's going to be a great primetime game, especially because it's in LA. Like I always love the look of the Chargers or the Rams. Dude, we like at some point we got to go out there because that stadium just looks so badass.
Mm-hmm.
But even the TV product is sick.
Mm-hmm.
You got one last regular pick, dude, and then I got two more. Well, here, I'll give my next one.
Mm-hmm.
I want to look at another total.
Oh, I got a good one for
Yeah,
my
give it
lock.
to over mm, I'm gonna take the Packers minus the 3.5.
Okay. All right.
Minus, yeah, minus the 3
I like that. I like that. That would put the 49ers away for good too.
for good.
For good. My last final regular
That's
pick.
why actually, you know what? I'm flipping that pick. I don't want the Packers minus the 3. I want the over 46.5.
Okay. You think the offense is finally get clicking there?
No, I think that to what you just said, this is a desperation game. If they don't score, if they don't win, they're done.
Mm-hmm.
So they've got to go balls to the wall and see. I like CMC's probably got to play one of his best games
Yeah.
without a doubt. He's got to have it a touchdown and probably close to 150 yards on the day at a
I
minimum.
only minus 145. I feel like that's as close to plus money that as CMC's been in a long time
I know.
to score a touchdown.
I know.
I think we got to put him in the parlay.
Done. Done.
See what I did there?
We are 1,000% clipping that part. We are clipping that.
See what I
Dude,
did?
I see what you
Put
did
two
there.
and two together. That's called show business.
That's right.
That's making money. But
Last pick,
hopefully.
brother.
Last regular pick over 44.5, Dallas, Washington. I think Washington bounces back here, puts up some points on the board. That Dallas team is pathetic. Anybody can score on them. This is a good get right game for
Over
that
44 and a
Commanders
half.
team.
Dude, I'm debating whether to take the over in the Bucks Giants game or in the Denver Raiders game but I also really love the Broncos minus the 6.5.
I like the Broncos.
I think I'm going to make Denver my lock. So, you know what? Hold off on that. I'll hold off on that pick. And I love the Buccaneers here, dude. But everybody's going to bet the Buccaneers.
Why does my face look so red?
Everybody's going to bet the Buccaneers, though. Give me over 42 and a half for my last regular pick for the Chiefs in Carolina. And then for my lock, Denver minus the 6.5.
Okay. My lock, I like this one a lot, actually. Tommy Cutlets, Baker Mayfield. Points. 41.5 over.
You do like that.
Yeah. I think Cutlets will sling it to Malik
Is he
Neighbors a little
playing?
bit. Yeah.
Why?
What?
That's real?
They put Tommy DeVito in over Drew Lock and Daniel Jones.
They benched Daniel Jones.
Yes.
Wow. I
Oh,
thought that was fake news.
no, the safety thing I think is fake.
Yeah, the safety thing's fake.
Him running like scout team reps as safe. No way that's real. But yeah, they benched Daniel Jones. Yes, that's 100% real.
I mean, what honestly, good for him. He's getting benched and getting paid over $100 million. I would take that all day long. No injury. No injury.
I like the way you just spin that for him. Good
Yeah,
for him.
I good for him. Good
Yeah.
for dude. He gets to go home not bruised. He gets
Yeah.
extra rest.
Does he get New York City tax or does he get New Jersey state tax or both?
Both probably.
Oh, dude. So that's, yeah.
No,
Oh,
no,
hey,
no,
get
no.
it, Danny. Get it.
Probably, probably, probably. No, I'm thinking about like how terrible he must feel. You know what I mean?
Yeah. We're like, get that fucking money, dog. He's dating Kay Adams too. Like, come on, that man's
Uh,
winning. Who cares if he's starting?
like, dude, he should not care if he's starting, bro. He shouldn't care. He shouldn't care. Okay, to the parlay. To
Yep.
the parlay, my friend.
Damn, this 2 grand one just fell short. That sucks.
And you needed that.
No, we're doing all right. Hail Mary, Moonball.
Okay, so what do we do? What do we do? Come on, dude. I'm overtired. I need to go to bed, bro. Let's wrap this
All
up.
right, CMC 100% is in it.
So are we doing 2 touchdowns, 2 picks?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are we doing
CMC, we like Jalen. Hurts.
for an anytime.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Well, the
Um,
value's not there anymore for Jalen. The Vegas finally caught on. Go check out BSP Media. I talked with my boy Nick McClay from Fox the Gambler. We were talking a little betting stuff. How it's finally they've made it in the negatives for Jalen Hurts anytime touchdown. But CMC, what do you got? Give me something.
honestly, man, I like Kittle plus the 210 as well.
How about we go somewhere in
Unless we
that
want to go,
lines?
we can go somewhere. I mean,
We like one of those lines.
no, I was looking. No, there's not value there. We want to get a plus money when I looked there already. We could go
Kansas
Tyreek
City.
Hill.
Kansas City can't pick any of them.
Tyreek Hill plus 105.
I like Tyreek. I like Tyreek.
Me too.
And then what was our earthquake?
Eagles, and then we could do Denver, or we could do
The Eagles. That's putting a lot of pressure on the Eagles.
that is you don't want to put that on the game. I agree. I agree. You don't. I like it in
We
the
like the.
Cardinals. I like it in the Cardinals at plus 100 at minus 1.5.
I like that. I
Me
like
too.
that. I like that a lot. And
I like
then
yeah. And then I like the over 43.5 in the Chiefs Panther game.
I like that too.
Yeah.
All right. 15 wins you
187.
187.
Not a
All
bad
right.
day.
Let's get it. Let's get one through the uprights here as Jameis Winston goes to take over the AFC North. Gets a big time dub against the Pittsburgh
Everyone,
Steelers.
we want to let you know the Ravens will be dominating on the road, going to the West Coast. Jim Harbaugh will fall to 0-3 against his brother. 0-3, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. You heard me right.
They're playing back-to-back games at that stadium, Monday and Sunday night football.
Who?
Oh yeah.
Oh
How
my
did that
gosh, yeah.
how'd
That's
that
awesome.
happen?
That's
Yeah.
badass.
Yeah. Oh, well, we should have went for that. Gone to Eagles Monday night or Sunday night and
We
then
can still
Ravens.
fly out.
Yeah, let's go now. I'll
We'll look
just
at
move.
we'll
I'll
look at
bump my flight up
flights
a week early. Yeah.
and stay out there. Yeah, which game are you going to?
I'm going to Notre Dame USC. Go Irish, baby.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening to another episode of Cold Ones. We'll talk to you soon, and we'll have the bets out. Book them.
Shout out to on 5 Go Birds, baby.